Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to start with our new unit, that is our second unit, and our unit name is Acids, Bases, and Salts. Now we are going to continue with this unit. Today we are going to take a short class, just an introductory class for this unit number 2. Now in this unit is generally of 12 marks in the board examinations, and this carries some weightage. Now first of all, we should see that what are the chemical properties of acids and bases. So we are going to start with this topic. Now see, we are directly coming to chemical properties. Why not physical properties? Because in chemistry we are not interested with the physical phenomenons. We are generally interested with the chemical phenomenons, and that's why we have directly jumped to the chemical properties of acids and bases. Now first of all, let us talk about their taste. Acids. You know what are acids? Acids are sour in taste. While the bases are bitter in taste. You should always learn that your stomach contains one type of acid that is produced inside your stomach. Similarly, when there is a hyperacidity, that time we take something that is a type of lime juice or a milk of magnesia that we take. Now that milk of magnesia, not the lime juice, that milk of magnesia is base. Now you have tasted that. So that base is actually bitter in taste, whereas the acids are sour in taste. Some of them are strong and concentrated. Means these are some of the acids and bases are so strong that we cannot taste them. Means they have extreme pH. Now what is the meaning of this pH? This P is small and H is capital. This means potential of hydrogen ions. Potential of hydrogen ions. Now what is the meaning of this potential of hydrogen ions? Potential of hydrogen ions is the important topic in chemistry which talks about that what is the strength of particular acid or what is the strength of particular base. Now do we know that to measure something we use a scale, and the scales have fixed markings. Similarly, to measure the strength of acid and base we have a pH scale from which we can measure the things. Now suppose if there is a normal pH, this shows that the acid or base is also normal. But if the pH is very extreme, that time we can say that the particular acid and base is either very strong or it is very concentrated. In such cases, we cannot taste the acid or base to identify whether they are sour or bitter. So now what to do? How can we identify then whether a given substance is acid or base? So now what is there? We cannot taste them. We may use indicators over here. The indicators are used to identify the substances as acids and bases. Suppose we have a very unknown substance. Now it might be very toxic to us. We do not know. So we cannot taste that like this only. So for that, what do? Is we use indicators. Now these indicators are those substances which will identify whether whatever you have is acid or base. By just identifying the pH, they will be giving you a hint that what is the substance actually. Is it acid or is it base? So you do not need to taste anything now, and you can easily identify that what is this substance. Is it acid or is it a base? Now we have talked about indicators, so our next topic must be indicators only, that what are actually indicators and why are we talking about indicators. So why portion is already covered. Why we are talking because indicators helped us to identify the acids and bases. Now what are these indicators? That is an important thing, and that we are going to discuss now. See, indicators are those substances which are used to identify whether a given thing is acidic or basic. Now there are two types of indicators. The one is known as the natural indicators. The another one that we will have and we will study further is the synthetic or the man-made indicators. Now these are made in factories, whereas the natural indicators are found in nature. Now you might be thinking, and it might be very easy for you to identify that which indicators were used in the early times. In the early times, these indicators were identified by the natural indicators only, which were already available in the nature. From there we have seen that these things are also present. For example, turmeric. Have you seen turmeric? Turmeric is what? It is haldi. Now it changes its color from yellow to red brown when the base is applied on it. You must have observed that if the turmeric is yellow, and when we apply base on the turmeric, it will convert its color to reddish brown. Not acid, base. When you apply this base, it will convert its color to reddish brown. This will show that you have added the substance that you have added is base. Now this turmeric has acted as indicator. How? What is the phenomena? It has shown the phenomena of color change. Some might also give the phenomenon of odor change or any other thing. but our turmeric have shown the phenomenon of color change, the mechanism of color change through which it has identified that the given substance was a base. Majority of indicators that we are going to use will identify the acids and bases with the color changes only. We are not going to study about the various detailed things of how odor changes and those all things. We are just focusing upon the color changes of the indicators. The second indicator is litmus. Now litmus indicator is very common and we will be using these litmus indicators in our practicals also. It is a purple dye. Purple dye, it has been obtained from a plant. Now you have to know that which plant it is. It is somewhere in the nature only. You must identify which plant it is from which we are obtaining this litmus. Now how is this mechanism of litmus? See, litmus is actually purple color. Now when this purple color litmus, we have litmus papers available. When on this purple color litmus paper we apply a substance and if it turns red, we can directly identify that the substance is acid. If this purple color litmus paper on adding some X substance changed into blue color, we will definitely say that that substance is basic. If the litmus paper was already blue colored, means already base was added, and now you added another substance which turned it red, it means you added acid. If the litmus paper was already red colored, but now you added some substance because of which it converted into blue color, means the substance that you added was base. So this is the another natural indicator. The third natural indicator is known as the red cabbage leaves. You might have seen them. Then there is a petunia, there is a flower of petunia which is also used as the indicator. Then we have hydrangea, it is also a flower, its leaves can be used as a base. Similarly, geranium is also a type of flower whose leaves can be used as the identify the acids and bases. So these can also be acted as indicators, this can also act as indicators, and these can also act as natural indicators. In our next class we are going to study about the synthetic indicators. That's all for the day. Thank you and have a nice day.